Today we have a special guest on our show, Cheryl Hartl, and she's the director of Soup or Socks in Marshfield. And she's here today to talk about the special event that's called Empty Bowls, and it's coming up on Saturday, March 12th. We've been one of the one of the contributors,
soup donors,
soup donors of soup for the last 5 years, and again we will be this year. However, we're making a different kind of soup this year because for our show, because we've already made our Santa Fe vegetarian soup that we like to donate every year for the vegetarians and people that just like Santa Fe soup.
Right.
So we're going to get started. The soup we're going to make today is Italian sausage with tortellini, and I'm going to send Gary over to the stove, and he's going to be cooking the sausage, garlic. I'm going to be cutting up onions for you, and then Cheryl's going to tell us about Soup or Socks and what this whole event is all about.
All right.
Okay.
I can give it a shot. What do you want to do?
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little salt in the bottom. It just helps the sausage from sticking. This is a hot Italian sausage. You can buy sausage at your local store. I try to get it in bulk if I can, and if you don't find it in bulk, what you can do is buy it in a link form, but be sure you strip the casings off on the links.
Marshfield Area Empty Bowls is just an absolute fabulous event, and I can't thank Ruth and Gary enough for being with us from the very beginning when we really did not know exactly what we were doing, and I'm not sure that we still know what we're doing, but we've done this now for 4 years. Over the 4 years, we've raised over $40,000 for Soup or Socks, and it's a tremendous event, not only because of the money we raise, but I think because of the community aspect that comes into play. It's a huge community event with the number of volunteers. We have 24 soups being donated this year by area restaurants, and raffle prizes from people in the community and different groups and businesses.
Just even to back up a little bit further, what exactly is Soup or Socks?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's probably a good question. Soup or Socks is a food pantry and a clothes closet here in Marshfield. It's actually been in Marshfield since 1992.
Okay.
And we provide food for families in need in the Marshfield area. We are located out at Lincoln and Adler, within the First Presbyterian Church on the corner of Lincoln and Adler. We rent our space from them, and we're on the southwest end of that building.
Once we get the pork sausage brown, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sausage out of the pan, put it aside into a bowl, but leave the juices in there, and then we're going to go ahead and add the garlic. And Ruth and Cheryl are over there. They're chopping up some onion and celery and carrots, but I only want to put the onions in there with some garlic. I'm going to saute the onions in the pork sausage juices for a few minutes so they get tender, a little bit tender, and then we'll add our other ingredients, which we'll talk about here in a few minutes. So we want to get this sausage well done.
So we are going to put in a large onion after Gary gets done chopping up the sausage.
Okay.
And just, like in chunks like this. And what's kind of nice when we make our soups, if you make larger pieces of onion, if people don't really care for onion, I can't imagine why. But, some people actually don't like onions, so when they're a little bit larger.
It's like those that don't like garlic. What's up with that?
Then they can pick it out a little bit easier. So a large onion, 2 cups of carrots chopped, so
cut these smaller.
Yeah, cut off the top or the top and bottom.
Okay.
And then 2 cups of celery, and the recipe also could call for zucchini, so you can put in either or both if you wanted to.
Throw the onions in there.
And a lot of them people events, that's what they do.
And I'm going to Throw in the garlic, a tablespoon of garlic, crushed garlic. You can use fresh garlic, but again, if you want to just do it a quick and easy way. Now you can see that's quite a large onion, so I am going to add just a little more water. Turn it up a little bit more. I'm going to add a couple more cups of water. So we had 2 and 2 now, so that's a total of 4. And you're wondering why I don't put 5 in? I'll show you in a moment. So I put 4 cans of stewed tomatoes.
So 2 cups of celery, 2 cups of carrots, zucchini. If we had a zucchini,
Oops.
he is going to put.
That wouldn't taste very good. Get that tin lid out of there.
We'll have all those ingredients.
Okay. Now for our 5th cup of water.
Cans of.
You got it.
You could use some of the kind of spices.
We're gonna rinse our can out.
And 3
Cans.
chopped parsley and garlic, like 2 cloves of garlic. Or
Got that lid in there now. I got to be careful.
That's something you don't have that available.
And now you've got your cans rinsed out. Okay. So we've got in our garlic, our onions, our tomatoes. Now I'm going to add.
Carrots.
Oh, thank you very much.
And then you brought
We got our 2 cups of carrots, part of the formula. 2 cups of chopped celery. Turn the heat up a little bit. We're putting in all of the sausage.
Change up our recipe.
Fried up earlier.
We're doing this because if we happen to have
Pot's getting nice and full.
diced tomatoes on hand or
Now,
some other kind of tomatoes, if you wanted to.
even though that's a spicy hot Italian sausage,
Have some
that's not the end of the spices.
jalapeno
We're going to do
or, whatever.
a teaspoon of oregano.
One thing we find when you're
Throw that all in at one time.
there's not,
We're going to put in
when you're making soup, and I'm sure you know, if you have a family,
I'm gonna
you've
go
made
rinse
soup
this out.
before.
To be creative
Right.
and just kind of
put
throw
in
everything in there and hope
a
that
couple of tablespoons of
everybody enjoys
parsley.
it. So yeah, what
Now,
I brought here was a few.
We're shooting this film in the winter time, so in Wisconsin we don't have any fresh parsley or fresh basil, but I grow both in our gardens, and it is absolutely wonderful to put fresh basil and parsley in it instead. And I put in a tablespoon of basil and 2 of the parsley.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're all.
So that all goes in there,
Colors, they are all glazed with.
all at the same time. Stir it around.
Yeah, I would probably.
I've got the
use this
heat
for
up to
something like
almost
a pencil holder or whatever.
high,
I love the bright
because
yellow.
we put a lot of water in there from the tap already.
And so it's a very, very simple concept. We have now worked with several schools in the area, in the Marshfield schools, to have the ceramic bowls created. This year we have 24 soups coming from area restaurants. So it just grows and grows as the need grows and grows in our community.
Okay, now this is cooked down for about 10 minutes. So now, we talked about the tortellini not going in for too long a period of time. Put in just a 9 or 10 ounce package of tortellini. Kind of gives it a little more color. They want to float to the top, and that's okay, because they're a little lighter than the density of the soup itself. So they will expand over time, but that will be ready to eat in about 5 minutes.
So yeah, what I brought here are just a few, these are some bowls that just came in.
Wow.
These actually came in from students in the Granton School
Okay.
District.
I think
And,
I actually had one similar to this that either Michael or Megan made when they were in ceramics class that I used for, I think, 12 or 15 years for my toothbrush holder.
Well, I mean, they're all different shapes and sizes and colors. They are all glazed with food safe glaze, so you could eat out of them. Yeah, I would probably use this for something like, a pencil holder or whatever, but I loved the bright yellow one. It reminded me of spring.
Yeah, with the flower in
So,
it.
Yeah.
How cool.
Just all very
And I
nice.
love the idea too that these students, they're actually donating all of these, right?
They do. We do, however, reimburse the schools $1 per bowl.
Okay.
That's part of what Empty Bowls does with the money is, and our sponsor money and stuff, is so that the schools, everybody's budgets are tight. And so the schools, this way, we reimburse them basically for the supplies.
Sure.
So that works.
And that
works
makes
well.
sense, especially with the schools with their tight budgets, the way they're all, kind of going.
Right, yeah. So I think, it helps them out a little bit, and yet it helps them, the students, understand too what the concept is that they're doing this. Because especially if they're a younger student and they make something, they want to take it home. They want to
sure.
show mom and dad. And so then you have to tell them that they're not taking it
Yeah.
home.
Now, this is grade school or high school?
I believe these are grade school.
Okay, so like 6th grade?
Probably,
Even,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So otherwise it'd be, if the really younger ones were making them, I don't know if they
Well, the
be
younger
able
ones,
to
it's
or
kind
not.
of amazing. Well, we've done some events at Chestnut Center,
Okay.
and we've had, pretty young kids up there. And, we had one that the mom was filming her as she put her little clay bowl on the thing, and she was saying, "Goodbye, bowl, goodbye, bowl." And, so what we say to them is, you're going to send this bowl out into the world, and somebody's going to love it the same way you love
Yeah,
it. And that's, again, the sharing concept.
Yeah,
So
that's an awesome idea.
fabulous.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. It just really is a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Okay, and tell me about these bowls now.
Well, so these are what we're looking at this year for the different options that I was talking about. This 12-ounce bowl is what we've always used. $10 admission would get you the 12-ounce bowl. Then you can go to the soup line and choose the kind of soup you want, along with whatever ceramic bowl you'd like.
Okay.
So what we've added this year is for $10, you can still do that.
Okay.
You could choose to have the flight of soup if you wanted and try 3 different soups. Or for $15, they would be able to do both.
Okay.
And so we think that'll be a lot of fun too. And as I said to someone else, the whole event is a bit chaotic start to finish, but it's organized chaos. One of our biggest concerns is that we'll run out of soup. We hope that, and if we have that problem, it's an excellent problem because it means we've had a ton of people come through. Over the 4 years that we've had it, we've raised, like I said, over $40,000 for Super Socks. And that money has helped buy healthy food that we give to the families that we serve.
Just about ready? Okay, I do. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And those are the little tortellinis. So without burning your mouth, should we dig in?
Give it a shot here. All right. Make sure Gary did everything right over there.
Yeah.
It's best not to make too large of batches of soup because you want to eat it in a day or two.
And you can kind of feel that bite in the back of your throat.
Want to call it that.
I love hot, spicy things, but I think I don't like them quite as hot and spicy as what I may be used to. So we were happy that you could be on our show
this
today.
was fun. Yeah, I
talk
was a
about.
little nervous, It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
well, you do. Obviously, you're in the camera and in the limelight a lot, I'm sure, with representing Super Socks.
Well, Brianna is always
So-
asking me for things.
Yeah. So from A Slice of Heaven and Cooking with Ruth and Gary
Thank you.
and Cheryl
And
today.
Cheryl.
Until next time, happy cooking. Did you get everything?
No, I put in a tablespoon of basil. I put in 2 tablespoons of parsley, but that really doesn't matter.